Hello, all my messy friends out there. Today we are going to celebrate some January birthdays from my houseplant collection. We've got a little bit of cleaning, repotting, and generally just enjoying. So thanks for coming along, and let's just jump into it. Happy January, everybody. 2023 is here. Today we have 5 plants that are celebrating their birthday. This is the day that they were adopted into my houseplant collection, and I like to give them a little bit of special attention when their month rolls around. Just a really good time to catch up on anything that's been neglected or any work that needs to be done. So we are in the winter period right now. So for example, this Alocasia, just the basic grocery store Bambino variety, it would be in its like dormant period, its resting period. So it's not going through any growth right now. I wouldn't be repotting it or checking on it at this time. All we're gonna do today for this guy is just wipe down her leaves, make sure she's nice and clean, and then put her back in her bed. Next, we are going to do that same thing again with this Croton Iceton. It's not visible, but just touching it, I can feel that there's a lot of built up dust on the leaves. There's some shiny new growth here. I had a really great year with this plant. It grew so many beautiful, bright, gorgeous leaves. We had pinks, oranges, creamy and bright colors popping off most of the year. And then I let it get some direct sunlight a couple of times, and all of the leaves that ended up getting a little bit of sunburn eventually fell off the plant. So lesson learned. This is one of my brightest light plants, and you can see everywhere that there's like a little stem missing. Those were a gorgeous leaf that we worked hard to grow, and it fell off. So limited sunlight for this girl. Let's get her cleaned up so that she can get back to recuperating over the winter. This one is Syngonium Pixie. Again, it's just like the basic grocery store version of this Syngonium plant. It is very bushy. It has grown so much since I bought it a year ago. And you can see by the direction of growth that even though this is like a really low light tolerant plant, it really stretches toward the sun. So you can see it's a little bit lopsided. The leaves are so bouncy and cute. This one doesn't really need much care over the winter. Like I said, I'm not trying to do a lot of repotting. But what I will do is take it out, take a look at the medium that it's growing in, and see if there's anything that needs to get changed. Otherwise, just a shower. plant is one of my all-time favorites. It is a goldfish plant, but it is the black goldfish plant. The camera is not quite picking up just how dark the foliage is, and it's not as glossy as it can be at the moment because it needs watering. But I am going to be repotting it today to give it a lighter, fluffier substrate to grow in. I haven't repotted this plant since I bought it in the new year of 2020, right before the pandemic. So, you know, it could definitely benefit from a refreshed soil. So let's get that going for this lovely lady. Final plant we have today is this sad specimen here. This was my Milky Way Aspidistra cast iron plant. Firstly, the leaves are thick with not just dust, like dirt. It got my hands kind of like brown when I touched it. But I had struggled with this one a lot. As you can see, I've really burned the leaves with fertilizing it. It shouldn't have been fertilized on the same schedule as the rest of my houseplants. In addition, I underwatered this one kind of a lot. So, you know, commonly the internet is like, don't overwater. It's really drought tolerant. It's very dusty. So I kind of took it to the extreme, and from underwatering, the roots had like, you know, dry rotted away. So this was fuller. There were like 2 other rhizomes in here, like, but they never really grew any new leaves, so I just persistently killed it for a year. But I did get some new versions of this plant, 2 small ones, so I will pop those in together with this and put it in a slightly brighter location. It used to be just right here in the background. But it never got any kind of light, and that's another thing, like commonly the internet says, you know, low light, dark corner. It's not really the case. So I'm going to be putting it in a brighter location so that these new plants that we're potting into it will have a better year off than this guy. So let's do that, and that will be our final plant tour from our 2023 January birthdays. Thank you all so much for joining us for this January celebration. These plants are ready to go back to their homes. I am ready to get on with the rest of my day, and I hope that everyone has a really great January, really great start to 2023. I'll see you guys next time.